Welcome to a demo of Mandiant Attack Surface Management. Today, we're going to walk through a day in the life of using Mandiant Attack Surface Management and how it can provide you with that outside-in perspective of your organization in the same respect that an adversary could perform reconnaissance on the open web to identify the easily exploitable entry points. Let's define some key concepts before we dive in. The first is projects. Projects allow you to segment your attack surface and use role-based access controls to onboard specific business units, or in some cases, subsidiaries. Within projects, we have collections. Collections define the scope of asset discovery and allow the security team to easily parse through and understand different aspects of the attack surface. Let's take a look at seeding a collection in the onboarding journey. We've made it easy for our customers to onboard to Mandiant Attack Surface Management. Collections are broken down into scan workflows. Each scan workflow comes equipped with predefined discovery tasks that are based off of the type of asset or seed provided to Attack Surface Management. This allows our customers to focus on their specific outcomes or use cases that they're solving for. For example, to find typo squats, they can use the suspicious domain discovery workflow. To monitor supply chain risk, they can use the third-party monitoring workflow. All of our customers start with external discovery and assessment. This workflow allows our customers to have a baseline understanding of their external attack surface. This is a great workflow for identifying shadow IT or the unknowns within the attack surface. To onboard, we ask our customers for a simple piece of information, or what we call a seed. A seed could be a DNS record, a domain, an IP address, a netblock, a URI. Attack Surface Management takes that seed and performs recursive discovery, meaning that for every new asset identified, it runs a series of discovery tasks against it until it no longer finds any new assets. The result is the enumerated inventory. Customers can streamline asset discovery and seeding of a collection using integrations with cloud providers and CDN providers, such as Google Cloud, Azure, AWS, GoDaddy, Cloudflare, and Akamai. For the sake of this demo, we're going to look at collections that have already been run. You can see here that the scan rate is set to daily. This is the suggested rate of scanning for all of our customers. We also support weekly and quarterly scanning. Now let's take a look at the dashboard. The dashboard is going to be the first thing you see when you log on to Mandiant Attack Surface Management. It's going to provide you with an aggregate view of all of your collections from your attack surface, such as the total number of issues, and security issues here can mean a vulnerability, a misconfiguration, exposure, data leak, and more. It's going to give you the total entities or the external assets, and the total technologies or the applications and services running on the external assets. You can also see issue severity over time, the most recent issues, new technologies that have been identified, host by country, and you can track the remediation status of those issues. Most of our customers want to dive straight into issues. So what is the most important thing that the security team needs to look at and remediate right now? To make things easier, we're going to look at a specific collection so you can see how you can segment and parse through the data. We're going to look at the Acme Rackspace network ranges. You'll notice here that these issues have a tag for inference. Issues created by inferred CVEs is a controllable setting that we recommend our customers turn off to start. So we're going to look at confirmed issues. Confirmed issues mean that Attack Surface Management has performed an active check. An active check uses a benign payload to verify whether or not that asset that is running a specific technology is actually vulnerable to a CVE or has a known misconfiguration. To make it easier, we're actually going to focus on the critical confirmed issues. We can see here the summary. You'll notice that they are tagged with CISA-KEV if they are on CISA's known vulnerability catalog. We can see the affected entity and some information. Let's take a deeper look. Within the issue record, there's going to be a description and in some cases, remediation recommendations. We can see it belongs to the affected entity, which collection it belongs to, and the technologies that are impacted. There's additional reference material that a security analyst can use to acquaint themselves and orient themselves to this specific CVE. Every issue is also going to contain proof. So what was the response from the asset when Attack Surface Management performed that active check? In addition, there's more great data in the raw JSON that can either be copied over and sent to Jira. It can also be sent to your preferred SIM or SOAR or ticketing system. Another interesting aspect of Mandiant Attack Surface Management is that there is a native integration with Mandiant Threat Intelligence. This allows Attack Surface Management to map over assets to known vulnerabilities, but also pull in some of that great relevant data in for our customers. In this example, we can see that we have a pivot point into Mandiant Threat Intelligence, and you can also see the CVSS v3 score as well as the EPSS v2 score. We're going to take a look at the vulnerability report from Threat Intelligence. Here, we can see the analysis that was performed by a Mandiant expert. They have sat down and looked at if there is exploitation seen in the wild. Was it exploited as a 0-day? Is there an exploit code available? And they've gone through the process of understanding what are the barriers to exploitation, meaning are there any mitigations that a security team could have in place that would impact the priority for patching this vulnerability? In this case, NIST had confirmed this as a high severity issue. However, Mandiant has determined that this risk rating is medium. This helps our customers look at prioritization through a new lens in the sense that if everything's a priority, then nothing's a priority. Let's go back and look at Attack Surface Management again. Now that we've looked at an issue, let's take a look at the entity record. The entity record provides you with valuable information about this asset. It's going to provide you with the network name, the HTTP response, a screenshot in this case, and it's also going to provide you with the discovery context. A common question we get from our customers is, how did Mandiant Attack Surface Management find this asset, and how do I understand if it's mine? Well, we can see here, this was the initial seed provided, and you can see the list of discovery tests that Attack Surface Management went through to end up at this entity. We can see that it's a URI, it's hosted in the US, and it was first seen 10 months ago. It's also going to tell you about the technologies or applications and services that are running on the asset itself. It's going to provide you with a scan history, looking at the past 25 scans and if there is any anomalous behavior or changes on the asset. We can see here, highlighted in red, that there may be some difference in the previous scan compared to the latest. It's also going to tell you about all of the checks that Attack Surface Management ran against this asset using the technology fingerprints. So we see here, there's a little over a dozen. However, when we look at associated issues, we only see 3, meaning these 3 issues were confirmed by Attack Surface Management. Here, we have another way of looking at inferred CVEs. This is typically where our customers start. So if they have the bandwidth and the resources to go through these inferred CVEs, this is a great way to start. However, most of our customers want to start with remediating the critical and high severity issues that they've identified as a baseline. Now that we've understood issues and entities, let's take a look at technologies. This is the inventory of all of the applications and services found within your environment. This is a great way for the security team to understand if there are any unsanctioned providers in the environment or technologies that were forgotten about. A great way to use Attack Surface Management is in the cases of 0 days, where the security team needs to understand the breadth of impact for your organization within a new vulnerability disclosure. For example, if I wanted to understand how many assets are running Apache, we click through and we see that there are 4 entities that are running that version of Apache. You can also search for specific services. This is telling us about all of the services that are within the external ecosystem that could potentially introduce risk to your environment and that the security team should have knowledge of. Attack Surface Management also has additional reporting. You can see here that the top line metrics align with the dashboard as well as the host material. But then we get down into the issues. You can see the most severe issues, the most prevalent types across criticals and highs. It's going to give you that aggregate reporting, so issue severity over time. It's also going to give you a breakdown of all of the entities within all of your collections, or as we have it, looking at one. It's going to give you the total of each entity type, and you can also click through here into a filtered page of the entities. It's going to tell you the entities with the most inferred CVEs and the most issues, which could be an indication that the security team needs to spend more time on those specific assets as they could introduce more risk. And with that, we've completed our demo of Mandiant Attack Surface Management. Please reach out to the Google Cloud team if you have any questions. Thank you.